This romantic story begins with two girlfriends returning home from university after a hard day. On the way, Xiaoqing and Tiang discuss each other's academic performance, trying to figure out how they managed to do so well in all their assignments. Tiang believes that the most important thing is to work hard because she doesn't sleep much and does her homework through the night, which is why she gets good grades. At some point, her friend pulls out her cell phone, and the girls see a commercial released by a large company. They introduce the new logo, which has the shape of a beautiful girl lying in bed. Amidst these events, Tiang suddenly succumbs to memories. Some time ago, she met Jiang, the young director of the company, who reacted aggressively to her behavior. The girl was returning home after a party and drank a lot, so she attacked the man. Despite the whole situation, he showed her sympathy and took the girl to a hotel room where she could rest and sleep to recover. Waking up in the morning with no clothes on, the girl was shocked and could not remember the events of the previous night. She wondered if she had been romantically involved with Jiang, but Tiang didn't dare to ask about it. The man hadn't actually touched her and had simply fallen asleep next to her. Afraid of being embarrassed, the girl ran away while Jiang was in the shower and left a note written in lipstick. Angry about the whole thing, the man decided to get the girl's attention and make her come back by using her silhouette as the company logo. Tiang now went to Jiang's company to confront him and demand that the new logo be removed. Once in the office, the student meets a local womanizer who has another girl in his arms. Once the pair are alone together, Jiang decides to give the man money to pay off her hotel room rental debt. Jiang refuses the money and declares that he doesn't need it, as his interest is something else entirely. He would like to have a relationship with a young beauty and offers her a gold credit card to let her have whatever she wants. Angry at being treated this way, Tiang punches the man in the face and declares that she is not an easy girl to accept such an offer. Upon returning home, Tiang looks at a picture of her late mother and decides to reconsider the man's offer, as she needs to save money to continue paying her tuition. She and her mother had a dream, and the girl is ready to realize it at any cost to build a brilliant career in the near future. In the evening, Tiang goes to a party to accept Jiang's proposal and become his official lover. On her way home, the girl meets Baiming, her best friend, who is obviously in love with her. Tiang does not notice her friend's feelings and tells him what is happening, which shocks him. In the days that follow, Tiang and Jiang continue to spend more and more time together. With each meeting, the man falls more and more in love with the girl and begins to insist that their relationship rise to a new level. During one of their dates, Jiang tries to kiss the girl and offers to make love, but is refused because she is not ready for it. A little later, it turns out that the businessman is very jealous and impatient. Having met the girl in the shopping center together with Baiming, Jiang suspects her of cheating and kisses her passionately. After that, he declares that Tiang is obliged to become his spouse, and it will happen in the near future. The girl clearly did not expect such a bold statement, but realizes that she also has feelings and falls in love with the powerful businessman. As a result, the couple continues to meet more often and begins to open up to each other. During a romantic dinner, Jin Yang reveals himself as a soft and loving man, capable of being nice to a girl. After dinner, the businessman invites the girl to a special place where a surprise awaits her in the form of a cozy room full of lights. After kissing Tiang again, the man offers to make their next kiss special, but the modest student is not ready for something more. A short while later, the man invites the girl back to his place to spend the night together. She naively agrees, unaware that Jin Yang likes to go home without clothes, which shocks Tiang a bit. Despite the embarrassment and modesty, the girl does not hurry to leave the house of her favorite person and spends time with him. Soon their difference in financial opportunities becomes more and more noticeable. Trying to arrange a romantic surprise, Tiang invites the businessman for a date in a small street cafe, which he clearly does not like. Despite the horrible conditions, the couple maintains a romantic mood and kiss, after which they spend the night in bed. Sometime later, Tiang tells his girlfriend about all this, which makes her jealous. Xiaoqing dreams of experiencing a similar love story, but has yet to meet a man worthy enough to make it a reality. Meanwhile, Jin Yang visits his mother Lu and finds himself on a romantic date arranged in secret from him. Pretty Xinqi is in love with the businessman and would like to be with him, but the man's heart is already taken. He tells her that he has already met the woman of his dreams, so he refuses Xinqi, which greatly upsets the girl. In the evening, Tiang goes for a walk with his friend. At some point, Beiming decides to ask why the girl sees him only as a friend, since he has a crush on her. Tiang explains that she already has a man she loves, so she can't offer the guy anything but friendship. A while later, the girl becomes an intern for a large company that Jin Yang owns. The girl is struck by the fact that from the first day she is offered a very high salary. She would like to accept, but soon realizes that she has no responsibilities and can do nothing. Angry about this, she meets with the businessman and declares that she will not allow herself to be treated as if she is useless and can do nothing. Despite Jin Yang's entreaties, the girl refuses the position and leaves. In the evening, she meets with Beiming and invites her comrade to a restaurant. She does this not only to enjoy the pleasant company of her best friend, but also to make the businessman jealous by seeing her next to another guy. Noticing the tension in Tiang and Jinyang's relationship, Beiming shows persistence and courts the girl, which makes the businessman not only jealous but also angry. Soon, Jinyang releases a video that quickly gains popularity. Sacrificing his image, the businessman publicly admits that he is in love with the girl and wants her to return to him. Despite Jinyang's bold act, the girl continues to ignore the man even when he appears outside her house with a bouquet of flowers. Soon, Tiang succumbs to the feelings of the businessman and returns to his company. The girl takes a higher position, as she is ready for the responsibilities and work. Jin Yang is genuinely happy that Tiang will work with him, as he missed and needs her a lot. He promises her decent treatment at work, and as a result, the couple begins their relationship and outings together again. Soon Beiming informs his girlfriend that he has to go to live in France to be near his sister, who is suffering because of a heart condition. A few days later, Tiang and Jin Yang show up at a party, choosing to wear outfits as if they were a princess and a prince. In the evening after the gala event, the girl confesses that she dreams of doing costume design and dreams of paying for university tuition to realize her desires. Everything seems to be fine with the couple, but soon they have new difficulties in the person of Yuri, the head of a rival company. She invites Tiang to a meeting and admits that she is in love with the businessman and has no doubt that he will be with her. The rich beauty believes that Jin Yang should date a girl of appropriate status, but Tiang is sure of the man's feelings and declares that nothing will interfere with their love. Upon returning home, the girl discusses this with Jin Yang and realizes that she may not doubt his feelings. The next morning, the girl meets Jiangsu, a motorcycle cab driver and childhood friend who is ready to help her with all her errands. Dashing all over the city, Tiang does not calculate her strength and at some point faints. Taking advantage of the moment, Yuri takes a picture of Jiangsu carrying the girl in his arms and sends it to the businessman, causing him to have a fit of anger and jealousy. All this leads to a big fight between the couple in love, but Tiang explains that this guy is a childhood friend with whom she never had anything. In the evening, Jin Yang meets Yuri and rebukes her to keep her competitor out of his personal life anymore, or it will end badly. At night, the businessman returns to Tiang and gives her an engagement ring, promising to marry her soon. A while later, Sinchi shows up on the company's doorstep and declares to Tiang that she is the businessman's real fiancée. Disappointed in the man who did not refute Sinchi's words, the girl leaves. Barely able to keep from becoming depressed, she meets a childhood friend and realizes that it is much easier for her to relate to him. Tiang realizes that her strong love for Jin Yang will not make them happy, as she will never be part of the rich man's world. Her dialogue with Jiangsu is interrupted by the rich man, who grabs the girl by the arm and starts another quarrel in a fit of jealousy. Jiangsu defends Tiang from the businessman's attacks, but she agrees to follow Jin Yang to discuss their relationship in private. At one point, the conflict ends with kisses and a night spent together. The next morning, Tiang wakes up first and decides to leave a farewell letter on the bathroom mirror. Using red lipstick, the girl makes it clear that their paths are parting and she will not interfere with the rich man's happiness. She allows him to marry Shinsi, as they are rich and deserve each other. After seeing the inscription, the man does not take any steps and becomes depressed, after which he begins to get closer to Shinki. Xiaoqing learns about what is going on in the couple's relationship and decides to confront the rich man. She criticizes him and calls him a fool, because Jin Yang has lost the love of a beautiful man in the person of Tiang, and he must do everything to get her back while he still has the chance. Overhearing this conversation, Sinchi calls the businessman's mother and tells her what's going on. Lu advises her to find a way to make her son fall in love with her and keep him away from Tiang. Becoming terribly possessive, Sinchi never takes a step away from Jinyang, day or night, so that he doesn't have a chance to meet the beggar girl. The man becomes annoyed with such persistence, and at one point he asks to be left alone, as he does not want a romantic relationship and is not ready for one with another girl. Despite her tears and pleas, Shinchi realizes that the man will not change his attitude towards her, so she decides to accept his choice and leaves. Sometime later, a group of men dressed in black show up at the school and meet the old professor who taught at Tiang's. As it turns out, they are looking for the girl, as her late mother was the wife of the head of the Chinese mafia, but he has now been eliminated. By inheritance, Tiang must take command of the gangsters to honor tradition and continue the work of her late father. As soon as Tiang learns about all this, the girl tries to escape, but the men in black kidnap her and lock her in a room, then wait for further instructions to decide what to do with her. Soon Tiang does manage to escape through the bathroom window. Once free, the girl hurries to Jin Yang's company, as she needs his help and protection. On the way, Tiang believes that all this is some kind of evil joke, but the gangsters continue to pursue her. In an alley, she meets a mysterious woman who has borrowed a wig to remain unnoticed. It seems that she saves Tiang's life, but she really doesn't. After getting rid of her pursuers, the woman pushes the girl under the wheels of a passing car, as she belongs to another mafia gang rivaling the clan of Tiang's late father. A few days later, the girl wakes up in a hospital and meets a mobster who informs her that she needs a bodyguard to protect her from such attacks around the clock. Because of the accident, the girl suffers from amnesia, as a result of which she forgets part of her past. This primarily concerns her tumultuous relationship with Jin Yang. The girl tries to remember kisses and such, but she can't remember the face of the man with whom she had an affair. Years pass, and Jin Yang finds Tiang hugging the girl. He informs her that he broke off his relationship with Sinchi, as he still loves her and wants to be together. Tiang rejects the man and punches him in the face as she does not remember him. Soon, mobsters arrive on the scene and detain Jin Yang, assuming that he wanted to harm their leader. A few days later, the girl visits her first teacher, after which she begins to remember the events of the past. It starts with childhood memories and continues when Tiang returns home. At one point, a man she spent a lot of time with together appears in the middle of the memories. Recognizing him as Jin Yang and the man who attacked her in the parking lot a couple of days ago, Tiang finally remembers everything. The next morning, the girl decides to escape from the mob and the guards in order to meet a man whose love is still mutual. Meeting in the garden, the couple embrace and promise each other to return the former passion and feelings. Tiang remembers everything, which means they will be happy together, because they are united by a crazy love that is timeless.